Today we look at box 15 of 67 of a lot I bought in November 2023. This is going to be a two-part video. It looks like there's probably 125 records or so in this container. And my video has been running 45 minutes, which is too long for me, and I'm sure it's too long for you guys too. So we're going to get started, run about 20 minutes, and then cut and finish the rest of the box after that. Quite a large container. These are 95% loose records, mostly in sleeves, it looks like. None of the albums like in the previous box. Hopefully not too much breakage. Let's see. The first one is going to be a red Columbia, Stuart Hamblin, I'll Find You, and Remember Me. And since I'm shortening these videos, I'm going to go ahead and show one side of each record. I'm going to make a couple of adjustments to the lighting here. Try to get it set beforehand, but not quite. Well, this is a Mercury, Joyce Taylor, If I Cry, and you've got something super lightweight. It's obviously not shellac. After I picked up that Columbia, then picked up this one, I thought something was wrong with it, but okay. Next up, we have an RCA Victor, a Larry Green, Can It Ever Be the Same, and Beg Your Pardon. Got a pile to keep and a pile to probably not keep. So I'm separating them as I go. Capital, Benny Strong, That Old Gang of Mine, and The Gang That Sang Heart of My Heart. As usual, I hope these are not all 40s pop, but we'll see. Eileen Wilson, Decca Personality Series, Cold Cold Heart, and Tennessee Blues. If you see anything you like or interested in, look in the comments. I'll have my email down there. A Signature, Ronnie Kemper, Ragtime Cowboy Joe, and Bessie Couldn't Help It. Bessie's kind of a common name for a cow. I'm going to think maybe that's a cow. Capital, Margaret Whiting, and Bob Hope. That's my first Bob Hope. Home Cooking and Blind Date on Capital. And the condition is, it's okay. Not great, not terrible, but it's my first Bob Hope. Didn't really think about him being on 78th. Capital, Red England, A Natural 7, Temptation, and I Love You for Sentimental Reasons. I Love You for 70 Mental Reasons. Okay. Just for the title alone, that goes in the keeper pile. Red Columbia, The Modern Airs of Paula Kelly, Holiday for Strings, and To Each His Own. I've been keeping the red label Columbias. Kind of got a little collection of them going here. Capital, Martha Tilton, Connecticut. On one side, the other side, How Are Things in Glockamora? Decca, not Decca, Decca's the sleeve. Capital, Margaret Whiting, A Tree in the Meadow, and I'm Sorry But I'm Glad. I do these videos mostly for my own entertainment. If you get something out of them, I'm glad, but if you don't, you don't. RCA Victor, Tony Martin, Tell Me Tonight, and The Sea of the Moon. I kind of like to see my reaction when I actually do run into something, unique. RCA Victor, the Fontaine Sisters, Dick Contino and Hugo Winterhalter's Orchestra, Jingling, Jingling, and Silver Bells. Got a couple of Christmas tunes here. Deck of Personality, The Weavers and Gordon Jenkins, Old Paint, and Wimowa. Columbia Red, Buddy Clark, Melody Time from Walt Disney's Melody Time, and Blue Shadows on the Trail. Looks like they've got good lighting on this one. Bluebird, Tony Pastor and his orchestra, I'll Pray for You, and Not Mine. These records seem to all be in V condition, V plus, maybe. A little bit better taken care of than some of the last ones. Cowboy songs that children enjoy, sung by Billy William and his Cowboy Rangers. Peter Pan Unbreakable record, poor condition sleeve. Okay condition record. Victor, Duke Ellington and his famous orchestra, The Sidewalks of New York, and Take the A Train. Duke Ellingtons are usually well played. Now, this one's not bad. The label was worse than the record. And here comes an old one. Yeah, that's good. Good sign. No, wasn't an old one. It was a. I thought I had a old Columbia, but it was a label making it look like a stripe. Anyway, Tommy Dorsey, Until, and After Hours Stuff. Got a few without sleeves here. Columbia Red, Woody Herman, You've Got Me Crying Again, and Panacea. Columbia Red, Gene Krupa, Lemon Drop, and Cinnamon. Afro-Cuban vocal chorus by Billy Black and Frankie Ross. Afro-Cuban. Okay. Four star, double star, Caller Bill Rose. Is it going to be a square dance? And Ragtime Annie on the other side, another square dance. Red Columbia, Body and Soul by Teddy Wilson. And the other side is China Boy. Next up, we have a terrible sleeve that will go to the trash can. It's a Victor, Tommy Dorsey, Yearning, and the flip side of that is Did I Do. Victor, Tommy Dorsey, Another One of Them Things, and The Night We Called It a Day. Already at the 9-minute mark. I'm only a third of the way through, probably. Not even that. Columbia Red, Carl Smith, Go Boy Go, and If You Saw Her Through My Eyes. Columbia Red, Harry James, Jumptown, and Cherry. Okay, comes a different label. Concert Hall Limited Edition excerpt from Piano Quartet Opus 2, Felix Mendelssohn, Concert Hall Society, Incorporated, New York City. And it's in red color. I'll keep that for the unique label that I've not had before. Next is a Victor Batwing single-sided. John McCormack, Believe Me, If All Those Endearing Young Charms. Title doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Let me get this thing in a sleeve right fast. Good condition. I'm not a John McCormack fan, but I am a Victor Batwing fan, so. RCA Victor, I Bet You My Heart I Love You by Zeke Manners, and When My Blue Moon Turns to Gold Again. Okay, here's another Victor Batwing, Pele Kalua, David K. Hall, Killing a Waltz, and Hawaiian Waltz Medley. There's a divider, and I've got a Cadence Records, Suddenly There's a Valley, Julius LaRosa, Archie Blier's Orchestra. Flip side of that says Allied on it. This may be a homemade record. Well labeled. Flip side is blank, I guess. It doesn't look like there's any grooves in it. Next up is another of the, well, I don't know, let's see. Nah, it's got stickers over the top of it. I think I'm calling it a Columbia. Tony Arden, Rain, and Mother, Mother, Mother. Promo copy. Stickers over the label, but the label design and the CO number down here indicate Columbia. Young People's Records, American Almanac, February, sung by Oscar Brand. Not real sure what this is, but I'll keep it. Got more keep than I have room. That's been an ongoing concern. I don't really know what to do about it. Les Paul and Mary Ford, How High the Moon, and Walking and Whistling Blues. Here comes a Mercury, Dance With Me Henry by Georgia Gibbs. I'm going to go 20 minutes on this, and I'm at 14. Maybe a three-parter. Ball and the Jack by Georgia Gibbs. Next up, I have some kids records. It looks like a few of them. I don't care for kids records that much. American Almanac, April, Children's Record Guild. Decent condition, good condition, and the sleeve is not so good. I'll put that over here. Another American Almanac, one of an Almanac series written and sung by Oscar Brand. Elementary Grades, Folk Songs and History, Non-Breakable Permadisc. Man, this thing is probably move these to a keeper pile later. Right now, I'm not. And then we have another almanac, American Almanac. Let me show you what it looks like. Young People's Records. Okay. Two or three more of these things here. There's this one. We Wish You a Merry Christmas, Around and Around the Christmas Tree, sung by Tony Blazer or Glazer. I believe it may be Glazer with a G. Timber, Tom Glazer. CRG, I don't know what all that is. Okay. Right, Kids Tunes. Next comes something in a plastic bag. Columbia Non-Breakable. I think there's 2 records in this plastic bag. Yes, there are. Columbia Non-Breakable Skyliner Flight 35. Authentic Airplane Sounds. Okay, there's some authentic airplane sounds. Then we have, on the other one is Train Sounds by the Columbian Limited. Plastic bag is going to the trash can. It's non-breakable. I'm not going to test that. Okay, back into the regular, what I call the regular records. RCA Victor, Artie Shaw, My Blue Heaven, and Moonglow. Sorry if I sound a little tired today. I am. I did not sleep last night. I've been up well over 24 hours now. Larry Clinton on Victor, How Am I to Know? And it's good enough for me. Blue Label Decca, Bing Crosby, You Made Me Love You, and Do You Ever Think of Me? Black Decca Personality, Bing Crosby, Fred Waring, The Glee Club, and Kentucky Babe, and Whiff and Poof Song. Blue Label Decca, Chick Webb, I Found My Yellow Basket, and Ella. Interesting. Tops hit on each record: Mambo Italiano, Whether Thou Goest by Mimi Martell, and The Four of the Mares, and the other side is Teach Me Tonight and I Need Your Lovin'. Okay, one side is questionable and the other side is okay. Yeah, here comes another Tops. No More, That's All I Want from You, Mimi Martell. Open Up Your Heart, Melody of Love. Don't care much for those Tops records. And another Tops, Why Do Fools Fall in Love, Ben Zappa and the Four Jacks, and No Not Much. Other side is A Tear Fell and I'll Be Home. Okay. I'll put that in the keeper side for one of the songs. We'll see. Another Tops. I'm at 20 minutes. I'm going to cut it with this one. Mr. Sandman by Haji Baba. The Rhythmaires with Mimi Martell. Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Sandman by The Rhythmaires with Mimi Martell and Haji Baba by Bonnie DeVille. Other side is The Naughty Lady of Shady Lane. It's a Woman's World. And I'm going to call it, that's going to be the end of part 1 of this crate number 15. And I'll get started on part 2.